Alrighty, good evening, guys. Sorry about the technical hiccup there at the start, but I think we are ready to rock and roll. I'm just trying to minimize a few little things that are going on here, but hopefully we've got good audio and good video. Sharon, if there's any issues, if you can send me a text message, that would be absolutely fantastic. So guys, welcome again to tonight's call. Really excited. It's the start of a brand new month. So here we are into August already. So we're 7 months down. So the year is absolutely flying. And with 7 months down, it means we're only about 5 or 6 months out from the spectacular, the largest event that takes place in Australia. So trust me, the next 5 or 6 months are going to absolutely fly by like a flash. And it's really important that you are, set up to take advantage over the next 5 or 6 months and really make that spectacular for you. So I want to talk a little bit about setting up the month and just some basic things that you can do just to get a real understanding of where you are at the start of each month so that you're going into the month organized, you know what you want to achieve, and you've got some goals in place. So I'll just start with, there we go, setting up the month. So it's really important to set yourself some goals for the month. Now, we're always talking about getting your level 10. So setting some new monthly goals for yourself. If it's weight loss, maybe it's to lose a couple of kilos. Maybe it's to take your energy levels, not to, be asleep by 9 o'clock at night. Maybe it's to get up, 30 minutes earlier and go for a walk with the dog. Whatever it happens to be, just set yourself a product result. One thing that I'm always doing with myself is setting new product results. Now, whether that's at the gym, whether it's with my cardio, maybe going up in some weights, I don't care what it is, but every single month I'm trying to set, a new standard for myself so that I keep moving forward, which is so important because, you're either moving forward or you're going backwards. There is no staying still, because if you're staying still and everyone else is going forward, it's like you're going backwards anyway. So you want to make sure you're working on your product result. Your personal volume. It's a great aim to aim for 10 or 20% increase every month. You might not hit that every month, but if you make that your goal, if you get a 2, 3, or 4% increase and you kept doing that every month, over a couple of years' time, you'd be smacking onto, global expansion team, no doubt about that. How much volume will your team do? Have you got some goals set for what you like to achieve with your organization? Who have you got in your team that you can help to the next level? Have you got some people in their 2nd or 3rd month of the members activation program? Have you got anybody that might be close to doing their 1,000 volume? Have you got anyone maybe becoming a qualified producer over this month? So these are the little things you need to know. We'll go through the monthly calendar in a moment that Carmen did up. It'll go up line tonight on the group. But, what meetings, what trainings are you going to attend? Are you going to be at the kickoff? Are you going to be at the STS? Are you going to be at the Hail? Start mapping out your month now so you know what events you're going to be turning up to. How many of your team are going to attend those trainings and meetings? There's a difference between being an announcer and a promoter. An announcer is someone that just tags somebody on a post that someone else has put up. An announcer is someone that picks up the phone, rings, has those phone calls. They're putting up the post. They're not just tagging on other people's posts. So think about what you're doing there. How many new customers are you going to get? Obviously, our goal is always to try and get that 5 to 7. But maybe you've set yourself a different goal this month. It could be more, could be less. But write down what your goal is. How many existing clients do you want to keep? Our goal in Herbalife is to what we call get 20, keep 20. If you've got 20 clients every month, now whether they're wholesale clients or retail, doesn't matter. But if you've got 20 orders coming in a month, your business is absolutely flying. So, make sure you're setting that goal. How many new coaches would you like? I mean, obviously the goal is 1 to 2 a month, but maybe you're going to go for more. Maybe your goal this month is to get 2, where last month it was only 1. And you find that some of those coaches may come from your clients. So it doesn't matter where they come from. It's just setting yourself some goals. What are your team goals? Have you got someone that is looking to do, their first month of the 500 members activation program? So they're going to need 5 or 7 customers this month. So, Mary, how can I help you get your 5 or 7 customers? Are we going to do a shake party? Can we do some 3-way calls? What can I do to help you get that first leg of what you're trying to achieve out of the way? So you're helping your team achieve their goals as well. Then you've got the events there. You've got August the 5th with the kickoff and the hail, and we'll talk about that more in the promotions. The 18th to 20th, you've got the World Team Leadership Development Weekend. So August the 24th is Results Academy starting. On the 26th, we've got the STS. So the month, is all in front of you. It's day one today. So you've got the whole month in front of you to get moving. You want to set up the month because once you've got a goal, it's important then to work to a plan to achieve that. So, for example, if you want 5 new clients this month, how do you see yourself getting them? Are you going to get them off Facebook advertising? Are you going to get them off doing shake parties, competition boxes, through your family and friends, dear neighbor letters, trial? It doesn't matter what it is, okay? But you've got to know where you think those customers are going to come from. It's not a matter of, well, I hope I get some off my flyers this month. Well, how many flyers are you going to do? Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to do some. Well, with that sort of, plan, not much will probably happen. Okay, so if you're going to have a plan of action, make sure it's something that you're going to do daily and have a bit of an understanding of what you're trying to achieve. Are you inviting people to any of our healthy, active lifestyle events? Now, obviously, they're fit clubs. To me, a fit club is a shake party. If you've got a brand new person at a fit club, they're attending a shake party. They're hearing testimonials. They're getting around the community. They're trying a shake. You just happen to be doing some exercise at the beginning of it. So fantastic. We've now got our HAIL event, our Healthy Active Lifestyle Expo, that's going to be happening once a month, and obviously got one this Saturday. What an awesome place to invite clients to, or people that want to find out about our product, because they control it all. So you've got all these things that are happening. But without a plan, you have no vision or focus. And if you don't have any vision or focus, it's really easy to get distracted. You start going over here and you're doing a bit of this and you're doing a bit of that. And before you know it, the stuff that you'd planned to do that day, none of it's happening, or half of it's only happened. And you go, well, where the heck did the rest of that day go? And it went just on doing little things that weren't on your list. So if you can learn to work from a list and just tick off the stuff that's on the list, no matter what it is, I've got to go shopping, I've got to pick up the kids, I want to go to the gym, I'm going to have a shower, all those little things, it's all planned out. But if you attack your day with, I just do this and I do a bit of that, and then you go to your list at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and there's 8 things on there, you're not going to get them done. So a great attitude to have is what we call the today attitude, because anybody, a 3-year-old kid can focus for one day. So don't try and focus for 90 days. Don't try and focus for 60 or 30 days. Don't even try and focus for a week. One day. Just tomorrow, write down your list and focus tomorrow on getting that list done. One day, just the today attitude. And then when you wake up on Thursday morning, have the today attitude. When you wake up on Friday morning, have the today attitude. When you wake up on the Saturday morning, have the today attitude. If you keep doing that in little increments of one day at a time, you'll find you get a lot more done. Really important thing that I learned was to spend 80% of my time creating activity, getting the phone ringing, or you're talking to someone on the phone, or you're talking to someone about something, okay? As long as you're talking to somebody about something, your business is growing. Whether you're talking to a client, whether you're talking to another member, you're doing a distributor training, you're talking to someone out in the marketplace. If you're talking to somebody, there's stuff happening in your business. But if you go through a whole day, you haven't spoken to a client, you haven't spoken to a member, you haven't spoken to your mentor, you haven't spoken to anybody new, not much has happened that day. It's zero. Zero has happened in your business that day. The day may as well not even have it happened for your Herbalife business. I'm sure you've got other stuff going on with work and family and all that. I'm not talking about that. On these calls, we're talking about Herbalife. So in your Herbalife business, if none of that's getting done, the day might as well not have even happened. You might as well just gone to the beach and sat by the beach and had a Herbalife day at the beach and got a suntan if you're not doing some of those things each day. So just make sure that you're spending the majority of your time creating some form of activity throughout your organization or frontline. It's really important. I like this daily checklist. Some of you are doing it, some of you not. It's entirely up to you. Some of you send it through to me, some of you don't. That's entirely up to you. But I can tell you right now, one little tip I'll give you with this checklist, okay? Do not put crosses with what you're not doing. You only put ticks. The whole idea of this is a visual thing for you and a psyche, okay, for your head. If you see a whole bunch of crosses on there, you're going to start beating yourself up. Oh, I didn't do this, and I didn't do that, and I didn't do this. You don't need to put a cross in there to know that you didn't do it. Just put ticks. Because when you start seeing ticks, you start focusing on all the things you are doing, not the things that you're not doing. So you might have used your products, tick. Personal development, tick. Followed up a client, tick. Invitation to an event, tick. And all you're going to see is 4 ticks. Don't worry about the blanks, okay? Aim to get more ticks. The more ticks you got, the more chances you've got of reaching your goals. Now, I like doing this every day, and I personally tick every single box every day. But, you know, it's up to you guys how many boxes you want to tick, because you've all got your own goals of where you want to be. But just imagine if, you know, this week you tick 2 boxes here and 2 there and 3 there, but next week it was 4 here and 3 there and 5 there, and before you know it, it's tick, 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 tick. How good are you going to feel? But don't put crosses in there, because that just messes with your brain, all right? We want to see you becoming a winner. We want you to think like a winner, and winners only see the positive. They know the negative is there, but they don't focus on it, and they don't look at it. They just concentrate on where they're going, all right? So just look at ticks on your page, nothing else. You've got the calendar there. So print it out and put your own personal stuff in there as well. But there's the month in a review, just like that. It's all there in front of you. So you know when the events are, you know when Fit Clubs are, you know when our Zoom calls are. It's not a surprise. You should have this all planned out at the start of your month so that you know where you're going to be and you know where you're going with your business. And by doing that, everything starts to fall into place. And then you can just write in, you know, all the different things you got to do on your day and this day, and I'm doing this at 9 o'clock. And there's your calendar sitting on your table, you know, ready to go. So that Herbalife calendar is a great little thing to use, and then just add your own stuff to it. So with working the calendar, this is just a rough outline of how you can set up your month. You don't have to work it this way, but it's sort of what I try to set up with my month, and it was shared with me with a president's team. Now, I can't even remember who shared this, but when I heard it, it just made a lot of sense to me, and I remember duplicating it from that time. You know, week 1, you know, get yourself a new client, and you're in what I call invitation mode. Why? Because that week 1, you've got the kickoff and the hail on the following Saturday. So it gives you 5 days to invite like crazy into that event. Okay, and here we are Tuesday, so you've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you've got the event. All right, so in that 3 days time, how many people could you invite to the kickoff and to the hail? Okay, you want to aim to have some, you know, guests at the kickoff or the hail. I would aim between 1 and 3 as a minimum. Okay, you know, I like with the hail, I'd be aiming for 5, but at the kickoff, if you can have 1 to 3 guests at the kickoff each month that are looking at this maybe from a business standpoint, or they're a new member or whatever, you're going to have some stuff, you know, starting to kick off. And at the hail, you know, just imagine having 5 or 6 guests there. They're all trying products. There's great atmosphere. It's like an expo. It's going to be fun. It's not a sit-down training. Yeah, we do a 45-minute thing at the end where we're talking and stuff, but it's really relaxed. It's really laid back, and it's going to be unbelievable. In week 2, you're getting your new client. You're promoting the stuff that's happening online with the Monday TGIM calls and the Tuesday team calls, but you're now working with your existing coaches to move up the discount plan. Have you got anybody that's done 500 volume? So you should be working with them on helping them getting their clients that week, okay? Week 3, you're out getting your new client. You're still inviting to all the online stuff with the TGIM and the calls. But you're starting now to maybe do some shake parties. You're aiming into maybe having some guests at the STS, because we always run the STS normally on the 3rd week of the month. So, you know, you may be inviting some new members there. You may be helping those new members invite 1 or 2 of their guests. You know, if you've got a brand new member that, you know, got started in week 1 or 2, perfect opportunity is for them to invite 3 or 4 of their friends to the open section at the STS. They're going to be there in the morning with the training. Then the afternoon section's free for their guests to hang around and check out a bit about Herbalife. So in that third week, I'm really, again, in invite mode, getting people into the next event. Now, that be that members, distributors, supervisors, I'm just in invite mode. On week 4, I'm getting my new client, but I'm also helping any of my coaches finish off their qualifications. Whether that's to get their 500 volume points, their 1,000 volume points, maybe they're going for supervisor, whatever it happens to be, we're keeping a track on their volume, and we're really trying to work that last week of the month to get that all done. Now, if this is the week, the way you're mapping out your month, and your new guys are also doing this, you're all on the same wavelength every week. You're all in promotion mode at the same time. You're all at invite mode at the same time. So that synergy is amazing, because all of a sudden on our coaches group, there's heaps of stuff going up because everybody's in invite mode. At the moment, what I see, and it's cool, is everybody tagging on posts that have been done, but they're not putting their own posts up. Imagine now if there's 8 or 9 of you in your group, 3 or 4 of you in your group, 2 of you in your group, and this is your promo week and invitation week, and you're all on there posting. Bang, 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 bang. All of a sudden, all the new members are going, holy smoke, what is going on all this week? Check out all the stuff coming up on my Facebook. And straight away, their attitude's up, because they think, what the heck's going on? Why is everybody posting this week? Oh my God, it's STS week. Oh my God, it's STS week. Oh, I can't believe it. And everybody's getting involved in it. That's when you get the synergy. So just to remember again, without a plan and a vision, it's very, very easy to get distracted. So this is just a guideline of how you can map out your week. Maybe it fits in with you, maybe it doesn't. So get your own little guideline together, but just know when the events are, that you can work the calendar and work around to those couple of events. We cover this every single week, guys, about what our job is as a health coach. And I think it's really important that, we talk about this every week, because this is our job. Whether you're a bartender, a public servant, or whether you work, in hospitality, or whether you're a plumber, or whether you're a machinist, it doesn't matter. Or you're a cook, you're a full-time mum. There's certain things that you've got to get done each day. And as health coaches, our job description, if you want to keep it that, is really these 5 things. Keep working on your products and get a noticeable result. Get those clients every single month. Aim to get coaches every single month. Expose your coaches and your clients to anything that's Herbalife. Let them see the bigger picture. Get them around the campfire. Get them around the community. The more they hang around other Herbalife people, the more comfortable they feel coming to the events. It's pretty daunting for a person to come to their first event. I can completely appreciate that. They're walking into a room where they might know one person. There's 60, 70, 80, 100 people there. There's music going. There's registration desks going. There's tubs of shakes. There's all this tea. And they're like, holy smoke, what is this joint? But the more they get to it, and the more they get around the community and see that it's fun, and they start to mingle with other people, and they can walk in, and after 2 weeks, it's, oh, hi, how you going? Met you last week. Yeah, how you doing? And they start to build some friendships, and this doesn't happen at the first event. This can take 3 or 4 months for that to start to happen, where they start to really feel like they're a part of the community, to where all of a sudden now they want to be there on a Saturday because they love it. They know they're going to catch up with those 4 or 5 other mates that they've now started to make a friendship with. And before you know it, they feel like they're part of the community and they're moving forward with it all. So the quicker you can get people around the community, the faster your business is going to grow. Okay, there's no 2 ways about that. And then obviously attending the events, really important to do that. And then we often, we just say maintain and retain, but it's a really, really important part of your business, guys, because what you don't want to do is get 20 clients, have them for 2 or 3 months, and then they're all gone. You want to learn how to keep people around. You want to learn how to keep them on the products long term. And the best way to do that is to keep them around the community. You make it so that it's easier to stay than it is to leave. It's easier to stay than it is to leave. I feel good about this. I'm enjoying the product, and it's just easier to stay on the product than it is to back off. That's the sort of point where you want to get people to, where it feels more comfortable to stay than it would be to not go. And when you've got that sort of stuff happening, that's when the magic starts to happen. So really have, a system in place that you're keeping in contact with your clients and your members. Obviously, Facebook's great for that. So remember that if you've got coaches in that coaches group, they're looking at those posts, and some of the questions that they may have is, how come my coach is never posting in this group? How come my coach is never commenting in this group? These are little psyche things that your organization will go through as they're building their business, because they're watching that sort of stuff. How would you guys feel if I never posted in any of the groups for the next month or two? You'd straight away think, what's happened to Andrew? Is he okay? Why am I not hearing from him? Where's he gone? What's going on? So, staying active on all forms of communication is really, really important if you want to build a business. If you're just looking at helping 5 or 6 people and you've got them as your client base, it's probably no really big deal. But for those of you that want to get a serious income coming from Herbalife, you want to make sure that all those lines of communication, texting, emails, Facebook, Instagram, all that you're constant with that stuff. It makes a huge difference. And promote. This is a business of promotion as well. The more you promote the next event, the more you promote anything that's going on, the more people will go for it. Okay, that's what promotion is about, getting people excited about what's coming up. The events will always deliver. There'll always be a good vibe. There'll always be a good feeling. There'll always be good music. There'll always be good people. There's always going to be great shakes. There's always going to be a good guest speaker. So you can't really miss. The events are always going to deliver. So just, keep that in mind as, what your job is on a day-to-day basis. Oh my gosh, I think we're almost done there. That's quite a quick call tonight. So it wasn't a lot to go through. I mean, there's a lot more stuff we could cover with, setting up your month and so forth. But I think the most important thing when you look at, setting up your month is just having, your goals in place of what it is that you want to achieve. I think this is the most important part, setting some little goals that you want to achieve for that month, for yourself, for your team, for your group, so that you know what you're going to go for. Make sure you've mapped out on the calendar what events you are going to, because you'll probably promote them a lot stronger than the events that you aren't going to. But remember that, you don't have to go to every event, but you can still promote every event, okay? I promote the Melbourne kickoff. I promote the Sydney kickoff. I've got a friend of mine that's just sent me a message now, because he's now living 3 months of 3 weeks of the month now living in Sydney, where he was up in Cairns. And so now I'm looking to try and find him some fit clubs down there in Sydney. Now, I can't be there. I'm not going to jump over on a plane and go, meet him at a fit club. So I can promote fit clubs in his local area without being there myself, okay? So don't be afraid to promote events that you're not going to, because if you're only promoting events that you're going to, you're sort of making yourself the issue, and you don't want to do that. You want to make the event the issue, because if people only go to the events because you're there, what happens if you are off sick? What happens if you do want to take 2 months off and go to overseas? What happens if something, happens, and you're not at the event? Now none of your organization is going because you're not there. So don't get scared in promoting other events that are happening, around the country, same as other fit clubs. I promote a lot of the fit clubs. I don't get to all of the fit clubs. Would I try and get there if I could, if I had a brand new person? Yeah, of course, but that's not always going to be viable. There's a fit club going on a Monday night. I'm at the one down here at Moana, but Troy's at the one at down near the airport there. So Allenby Gardens. Now, if I've got someone who wants to go to Allenby Gardens and I've got someone going to Moana, I can't be in 2 places. So that's when I pick up the phone. Hey, Troy, I've got a new guest coming down there tonight. Name's Michael. Look after him. Yada, yada, yada. So you can promote the events that way. So, guys, I hope you got a little bit from this. I'm just going to stop the recording now so that we can talk about promotions and stuff. So let me just give me 1 minute here. So thanks very much for being on the call, guys. I hope you got a bit from it, and we look forward to seeing you on the next call. All righty.